Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of The Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to visit with me and watch the video today. Always appreciate that. And guys, today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite summertime techniques, which I don't know hardly anybody that does, and that's fishing a Megabass flat-sided crankbait on rocky banks and riprap in the summertime. I'm going to give you guys some tips and advice on that, explain to you why it works, because under the right conditions, guys, it's hard to beat this bait, specifically in the month of July and August. So we'll get into that in today's video. Also, guys, just a quick reminder, Father's Day at the time of this video is Sunday. If you guys are interested in getting a good deal on my Solar Bat Series RB2 and RB3 series sunglasses, they got a Father's Day sale right now, 25% off. If you guys are interested, I'll put the Solar Bat link in the description of the video. And I suggest getting you a pair of the High-Con yellow lenses. The optical clarity on these things is incredible, how far you can see down the water with them. So much appreciated there. Okay, guys, here's the Megabass Flap Slap. This looks just like a threadfin shad. If you're not familiar with it, it's a flat-sided crankbait. It's got a medium lip on it. It runs probably about, if you put it on 10-pound line, it'll run 4 to 5 foot deep. That's about it, which is a perfect depth for summertime fishing, because I'm really trying to target that 2 to 4 foot zone. And also, guys, I'll put my Flap Slap link in the description and my Tackle Warehouse link if you guys want to pick you up a couple. You can get them through that link there. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about this, when the Flap Slap works. Most people equate using a flat-sided crankbait with like pre-spawn. It's like colder water, you know, all your flat sides, like the homemade flat sides and the balsa flat sides and things like the Shad Rap are known as a cold water crankbait, which the Flap Slap is, guys. The biggest stringer of fish I ever caught in my life in a tournament, excuse me, came on the Flap Slap down at Lake Gunnersville during the pre-spawn. I caught 25 pounds, 7 ounces, the second day of the tournament on it, on this exact bait right here, actually. So it's a good pre-spawn bait, but I want to talk about how to catch fish on it in the summertime. Now, here's what you got to have. You got to have a combination of the right type of cover and the right type of water visibility. First of all, guys, the Flap Slap does not work very well around wood. It gets hung up real easy, but it is an outstanding bait to fish around any type of rock or over any type of grass. In the summertime, what you want to look for is the off-colored water where you have water visibility of sort of like that 1 to 2 foot range, maybe a foot to 2.5 range. But if you gave me a perfect scenario, I'd say give me like 12 to 15 inches of water visibility, which a lot of lakes have in the summertime in some of the river and creek arms. Next thing you need to do is you got to find the flattest banks that you can find that has rock on it. Now, ideally, I like a shallow flat bank that has rock on it. It's got some wind coming up on it. It's a really good place to throw the Flap Slap around. And the secondary type of area I like, if you have the same type of off-colored water, is fishing the Flap Slap parallel to riprap banks. I did, for example, if you guys have ever fished Lake Dardanelle in Arkansas, it's a stained water river lake impoundment. It's got quite a bit of riprap in it, and I've done really good like cranking the Flap Slap in the summertime parallel to some of those riprap banks. That's the two things you need to focus on, riprap and flat rock. Ideally, the best type of rock for it is if you've got a flat bank, let's say, for example, where if your boat's in 5 foot of water, and you can make about probably a 30, 40, 50 foot cast to the bank, and you're still in only 3 foot of water, and you've got rocks, specifically if you have flat rocks, guys, that is money with the Flap Slap. You get in that situation and you will definitely catch some fish with this. Now, as far as the technique, as far as fishing it and everything, most of the time I'm using it on 10 to 12 pound line, just, you know, some type of a medium action rod, and I'm using some type of a fairly fast stop and go retrieve, not like a burn and retrieve, but I'll throw it out there and I'll just reel it about like that, stop and go, just reel it about like that. It's got a nice medium action on it. It's not too tight. It sort of goes through the water like that. It looks just like a little threadfin shad. And for whatever reason, in that hot water of July, August, and even into September, they just like it. They just bite it really good. And the thing that I've noticed when they bite it even better is like when that water is really, really hot and the lake's starting to fall. Normally, a lot of times what you have like in July and August and early September is the lakes, you know, it's hot during the summertime. They're not, you know, we're not getting much rain. Lake levels start to fall, and the lake temperature it's maxed out like in, you know, late July, August, and early September. those are the situations where the flap slap excels when other baits are really tough. For whatever reason, they've done really good on it. I've absolutely smoked them guys down at Grand Lake in Oklahoma on this thing in the summertime. It's one of my favorite baits down there. But they got a pretty wide selection. You guys see how many I got. I just love these things. This is my favorite one right here. This is the HT Tennessee Shad, but I've also done good on about any other type of color that they have. This GG Threadfin Shad's a good color. This one right here, which they call the clown. This doesn't look like a clown, but that's what they call it. This is another one of my favorites. Really just any type of shad pattern. They make some perch patterns and fire tigers, but I like those more in colder water. For the summertime, I just prefer some type of a flashy shad pattern. So anyway, guys, give it a try. Tackle Warehouse link in the description. Get you a few flap slaps. Get on those flat rocky banks, and you'll catch some good ones this summer. We'll talk later.